Yeah, we weren't going to do any. We were trying to get our footage together and our content together for the .com because we're taking all of our stuff off of Rumble and YouTube. Because enough of those, we're not sharing our talent and our content with them. They're buffoons. But I wanted to make sure that before we did that, we did a show with y'all because we wanted to share with this this find because y'all were instrumental in helping find it. And we kind of found it together. So let's walk it through. And I'm gonna throw a couple extra things at y'all to to impress y'all.
Let's dance. Let's dance. Let's dance.
Yeah, it was like, man, how powerful is that? That we got. Oh, by the way, yes, I have more, and I spent my entire day on being petty. I went and did all of Maryland. You understand? Because I'm from Baltimore. Wow. Because of the Maryland prisoner abuse. So I did Maryland for I've got 150 years of Maryland individual stuff. I am about to embarrass an entire state. They're about to get something in Maryland. So I've been doing all the Maryland events. So I got all of Baltimore's dirt and I already had the prison dirt, but now I have the dates and everything set up. But boy, do I have something for you guys with this algorithm. So this is game over. The button is going to get pressed tonight. That was a movie 2012 with John Cusack about the end of the world. And when it was time to go, so they pressed the button and all the people who had passes to this rich ship had to leave. They're going to leave tonight because the algorithm I'm going to give out tonight is everyone's going to have it. And you keep finding the same names, keep showing up. And since 1975, it's nothing but Gates, jobs, foundations. And prior to that, you keep seeing Rockefeller, you keep seeing Rothschild, you keep seeing these same names. So now you have a situation where people keep saying Illuminati and all these different organizations, and they just throw these names out here. Well, the devil loves receipts and loves leaving his mark on things. And he's done so with these algorithms. And by doing so, they left everything wide open. And we got their ass. And do we have them? There is nothing that they can't do that we don't have knowledge of. And it's out there. So if anything happens to me, it don't matter. It's already out there. And right. Everyone will find it. So it's very important, but we got their ass, brother. They can't do anything without us knowing. We have everything. We got past, present, future. We got everything. And I'm trying to make a plea to the people of Baltimore, where I come from, to tell the truth. This is the last time I'm going to say it. They better tell the truth, like very soon, because man, humanity has done itself in right now. We've been positioned to do ourselves in. And what goes on in South Dakota affects Dubai. And what goes on in Dubai affects China. And what goes on in China affects Brazil. And I mean everything directly. We are connected. We are connected. And everything is connected. And we are going to show them tonight. And I am saying this. I have no desire to argue or fight or embarrass anyone. But if the people in Baltimore in regards to this prison system do not start telling the truth as of, I don't know, Friday, I'm going to put everything out and I'm going to put this algorithm out there and people are going to go to jail. I swear to God. I swear to God. Because it tells you everything. You want to know who killed who and where? It's in the algorithm. And I got it and I know where to get it from. And the other part that's important, in order to get the algorithm and to get the correct answer, you have to have the ability to know how to access a particular place. Now that part, I'm not telling anybody. So I'm going to show you, once Jay gets on here, we're going to tear him apart with something, and we're going to smash him. And anyone says anything and doubts anything, say it publicly so I can do it properly. But not just that.
Oh, here he is.
Is that Jay?
Yes.
But not just that. We're going to have some fun. And there he's a gangster. That's gangster. Tupac.
The bull is back.
So Jay,
Yo,
we were talking that we wanted to share this because this is history, and what's awesome is because no one's talking about it now, but because we know that preventable blindness, unrefracted error has been resolved, we know that. So everyone's going to, we're going to be heard. So the people who control in history want to make sure that they're on the right side of history, even if they're going to try to lie about it. But what we witnessed, this is the second time we've done this, Jay. The last time we did this, and right on real time, we were doing the breakdown of Bird on Money, and it was about the towers and the synchronicity, just how everything got together with you, Raphael. With that one was just amazing. I watched that video 3 times on how that just clicked. So let me just jump right into it. All right, 13 years, right? Raphael, can you please get into the algorithm that you found and break it down, explain? Pardon, 1 second.
There was something that I needed to tell you, Raphael, with the algorithm that you found. You started the assassinations off with Abraham Lincoln, right?
Started off with Archduke Ferdinand.
Oh, right, and then Abraham Lincoln. Okay, there is another president in between Abraham Lincoln and JFK. Garfield, look him up.
And he was assassinated in Baltimore.
Yep.
And guess what? I know what the event's about to be in Baltimore, and them niggas gonna get fried. Watch what happens to Baltimore. I know what's about to happen to Baltimore. They're about to get their comeuppance. They better tell the truth, because guess what? Even if they don't tell the truth, it don't matter if they tell the truth, gentlemen, because if they don't tell the truth, it don't matter, because what's going to happen afterwards is going to be dealing with remnants. So let the remnants tell the truth. They better tell the truth, but it's connected. The assassination of that other president was in Baltimore. It's connected. Them niggas who are letting them people in cages get disrespected and lying on them and stole my money, I swear to God, guess what? I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to do what you are doing. I'm going to watch what happens. The algorithm. Please, Raphael, explain your algorithm, because we're about to connect all this together and let everyone understand that this is a simulation and there's rules to it. And for the people who don't follow the rules, there are rules and consequences, and you're going to be dealt with. It has nothing to do with me. It's just the simulation and how it works. And go ahead, Raphael. Can you explain that simulation again, brother?
I'll share it too. And just to kind of not even clarify, but we use the word simulation. We're using these words, and it can be really anything, but we use these words because people can assimilate to it. You see what I mean? So if people who get turned off, be like, what? You're missing the meaning.
Yeah, take sci-fi
take it off. Yeah, take it out. We're just using that word because you can understand
place where we live.
It's simple,
right?
Yeah. It's simple.
Right.
So basically, what I came across research through Archaics was it was called a palindrome isometric formula, because you got to understand we are creatures of pattern recognition. That's what we are. We recognize a pattern, and then we can formulate a thought and an opinion off of that. That's how we get our past, present, and future. So with the palindrome, the isometric, you take 2 exact events that happen in our history. You find the years in between those 2 events, And if you're trying to find something in the past, you just take those years and you add it to the last one. Or if you want to find something in the future, you add that year total to the one that's in the middle. So that's how it works.
That's beautiful, brother. So yesterday, we found something, and I guess we're going to call it the Arab 911 or the Arab Pearl Harbor, or what do we call it? The Arab Wall Street, right? That makes sense. So Raphael, you found a pattern and you found an algorithm that said that in 2029. Why don't you tell me what did you find, brother?
So you had an event in 2001, which was 9/11. We all know that event. Supposedly plane fell into the Twin Towers. Now in history, there was another event when the World Trade Center was first built. That was the tallest building in New York City. An American airline plane actually flew and hit that tower as well. So you take those 2 years, which was 28 in difference. So you take 28 and you add it to 2001, and that gives you 2029, which is going to be the exact same thing that's going to happen in the future. So if you take those two isolated incidences, you have the tallest building at that time in the world that got hit by a plane. So the tallest building right now is in Dubai, which is the Burj Khalifa. And if that one stands to be the tallest building in 2029, you'll see an aircraft fly into that building.
So are you telling me that you can predict the future?
This is just what it is. It's not really predicting the future. This is a pattern.
Right, but do you think that this
it's a way to see into the future? Absolutely.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
my question is this: do you think there's another person or country that's going to try to build a building taller than that just to try to debunk us?
Time.
Possibly they could be.
Okay, so if you could do me a favor, if you can pull up the Wiz Khalifa building, if you could, and if you can just pull up and screen share how they remove all of the waste from that, the tallest building in the world, right? So just while you're pulling it up, you're going to find that they don't have a plumbing system in that tall building. You understand? So let me tell you how these things work out. So if you can pull that up and if you can share a screen to show them that they have to show how many tractor trailers have to get pumped out of there every day to remove all the waste from the tallest building in the world, because the people who engineered the tallest building in the world do not have the ability to engineer the plumbing, okay? Tallest building in the world do not have a sewer system, okay? They have trucks. So here's how it works, my brother. There is the algorithm that we've explained to you before. It goes like this. Every time there's a massacre, a sacrifice, 13 years after the sacrifice, somebody gets rewarded. So you're telling me in 2029 in Dubai, they're going to get hit by a plane because that's the Arab Wall Street, like the 1921 Black Wall Street in Tulsa, 2001, September 11th, New York's American Wall Street in 2029 will be the Arab Wall Street with the Burj Khalifa building. So let me tell you how diabolical the devil is. If you're looking at that, you'll see they don't have plumbing. You're going to see that in 2029, if you subtract 13 from the number 2029, you're going to get the number 2016. So why don't we pull up if there was any tragic events in Dubai in 2016?
I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
you know, can you dig it? Damn. Then let me stop.
Is this the flooding?
Worse. Look at the airline. Look for a flight. See if there's any particular flights in 2016 Dubai that grab your attention.
Emirates Boeing 777.
Yep.
How many people?
226 passengers.
So understand that in 2016, 226 passengers were sacrificed. So 13 years after that event is what year?
2029.
So that is the allowing for that event to take place. And us saying it right now stops it. Fuck you. I've got hundreds more. Everything that y'all got planned is not going to happen because I'm telling the world it's already out. You people in Baltimore, just wait. Marilyn Mosley's office specifically, Dr. Sharon L. Bacham, Francis Ford, Tasha McMillan. There's an algorithm, and you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have stole my money. You should not have done these illegal things you've done. But understand, there's an algorithm that not only tells us everything what happened in the past, it predicts the future. It predicts the future. Baltimore, I got the algorithm. I'm going to tell the truth on all of you. I'm not going to lie, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to tell the truth.
So let me hold on,
please.
not to interrupt. Jay, let me ask you with the numbers here. I don't know if you can see them. 777, 2016, 226. Do you see anything?
Yeah, pardon me. Yeah, I think that something with your spine is C7. One of the spine bones are called C7. C is 3 in numerology, which is 3 sevens. And so algorithms, there's something about the bones and the numbers and the vibration, like a xylophone and a ripple. So this is a very good thing we're doing here because we're breaking the music. We're breaking up their organ music, their chamber music. I think Cypress Hill had a song called Chamber, playing with the guns. Okay, this is all codes. Yeah, I think the more that people just get hip to basically knowing the health of your backbone, okay, and the number system. What is a C? Was it C4 explosive? 3 4s? And then I got a C7 in my spine, and if I hurt my disc, how many have back pain? That right there, the chronic pain that we have is also blocking us from making these connections. And then conveniently, we end up following Pan, playing the flute. This is a good build. And we're breaking up their music. Does this make sense?
It makes perfectly good sense. And guess what? Every event that they want to plan, we now know. Humanity knows.
Yeah.
So everything that they try to do, go ahead and do it. And we made a list of what you're trying to do. So you're going to, if you do what we said you're going to do, and everybody's looking at the same list publicly, you're going to have to ask some questions. You understand? So understand that the Arab Wall Street is going to take place in 2029, or was going to take place in 2029. And the people of Dubai, Jay, Raphael, Ariel, and can you dig it? Because this was going to happen to them. This was going to sink Dubai's entire economy because their economy is an oil-based economy. If it destroyed the Burj Khalifa. But importantly, let me tell you how wicked the devil is. This is the most important part about it. The devil is wicked, and let me tell you about the Twin Towers. And you said, remember, the events have to be the same. So where did the materials come from that built the Twin Towers in New York? They came from the material left over from the Cuban Missile Crisis.
Yeah.
Exactly. The Cuban Missile Crisis, that's where the materials came from. So let's ask the question about what about that tall building, Burj Khalifa? What about the construction doesn't make much sense? So we know the Twin Towers in New York, the structure, they were not structurally proper because they were made from materials that you create tanks out of, not skyscrapers. Skyscrapers have a higher burning
tolerance,
degree, tolerance, and it's flexible. but they built them out of something they knew could blow up. So that was their in-place thing when they needed it for the date. Now, let's talk about the Burj Khalifa. Didn't we say something about they don't have any plumbing there? So let me tell you how they was going to make it go down. They was going to have all that shit piled up in that building and have a couple days where they just conveniently not have the trucks come and pick up all that shit for whatever reason. And we know shit is a bomb. That's why they don't have no damn plumbing system. Why wouldn't they have a plumbing system? You mean you can build the tallest building in the world, but you don't know how to build a plumbing system? You can build all plumbing throughout all the rooms in the room, but you don't know how to get it out of the biggest building in the world? Well, you know that shit is methane. So they're gonna let it pile up and pile up and pile up and pile up because of COVID. You can't go outside or whatever reason. And then when they want to put that bomb plane, whatever into it that hits it in 2029, you got a massive explosion and Dubai is back poor again. I got plenty more, but Baltimore is going to get torched because they're getting it from DC and they're getting it from New York because there's a triangular effect. So there's so much more. So understand that the pipeline in South Dakota determined the building that took place in Dubai. They're connected. The pipeline in South Dakota was built in what year? Can you pull up that Dakota pipeline that we fought over? We pull up that year and tell me what year that took place, brother.
Started construction in June 2016.
Wow. And what's 13 years after June 2016, brother?
2029.
Wow. Burj Khalifa, Dubai, what is their import? What is their economy, brother?
Oil.
And what was going on in Dakota? Oil pipeline. It's oil. So understand, I know what's happening here and there and Baltimore. Keep fucking with me, you people who stole $363,000 of my money when my wife was pregnant in Mexico. I swear to God, that happened. This is no joke. This is no exaggeration. This is real. So because you did that, I know something about you. And because it's about you, all of your family, because you can't outrun it. So all of them are connected. Would you like to have another one to give y'all a little chase?
Yeah, sure.
So why don't you do this? For the folks in Baltimore, the next one's gonna be about y'all. Why don't you go to the protests that took place in Hawaii on that sacred mountain that Jason Momoa and Dwayne Johnson attended? Go to that one. That sacred mountain in Hawaii.
Where they had to put the telescope.
That's right. Go to that one. I'm going to
The biggest
burn
telescope.
you up. Watch. Watch.
What do you want me to do? Just show a picture of it, or?
Yeah, let's just go into the details of it. Go into the details of it because it's all connected. It's all connected. You know that little girls that's getting molested in India, the same connected to the little girls getting molested in Thailand. And the same thing with the little girls getting molested in Venezuela. It's all connected. And if you think we're not connected and you can do something to people and it's fine because you want to put yourself above them, you're going to find that's not correct. We are connected. And there's an algorithm that tells all your dirt.
Yeah, so from what I'm reading here, this is the highest mountain in Hawaii, most sacred.
Yeah. Well,
And do you know about, do you remember this? When they said Oh yeah, it was a whole big thing. Like they were out there protesting so heavy because they had to put this telescope in this specific mountain.
Well,
yeah, look at it.
well,
Look
yeah,
at it.
that-
I'm gonna show you the pictures. Yeah, that's what it's saying. They're out there protesting the construction of a massive telescope.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
They sure are, aren't they? How do I know that? Hey, Jay, how do I know that? I ain't go to school for any of this. How do I know that, Jay?
You didn't pay tuition. You have natural tuition. Okay. Now I'm going to dance with that because, okay, we have these lines. So the body is a temple, Solomon's so-called temple, all of these blowing things up and these patterns and 13. And we know that review, the vagus nerve is the 13th nerve, right? And we're lost in the vagus and we're lost in the angels. Wow, that's powerful shit. So the Nutcracker.
Los Alamos. Don't forget Los Alamos. Bill Gates, that was the creation of the Hiroshima bomb. Los Alamos, but it's still lost. It's lost. Still lost. It's still lost.
So this is interesting, because ballet is also esoteric. The sugar plum fairy, I'm going to slow this down. The sugar plum, the plumb line is how you build a building. Plumber, plumb, right. The backbone again. Once again, the disc, C7, 3 sevens, the Boeing jet, this spinning and spiraling, the potter of men, spinning us like Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore, spinning that shit around, right? And making a tornado or a torus. So what we're doing is basically we're unraveling all that and we're breaking it up. We're giving the demons a massage. We're breaking the scarred tissue and the calcified ignorance from years and years and years of sacrifices. And we're here to speak for them. Okay? So it's quite a big deal what we're doing right here. And God bless us all. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, this pattern. It's quite intense and it's very,
oh yeah,
it's right on. It's like playing darts. Like you just
listen.
When I saw the numbers on the plane that crashed and the amount of people, I was like, man, I'm really glad that you said you would be able to get on this tonight, because the numbers, it's like 777s.
That's right. 777s. You understand? So understand there is a global, I'm sorry.
And you understand, like that's at the casino. That's when
right.
you hit the
That's
jackpot.
Right. Jackpot.
3 sevens is also 21. 20,
Yes.
Right.
Jackpot.
21 Jump Street.
And one more thing, it hits the international airport of Dubai.
Okay.
You understand? So understand that there is a worldwide agenda that takes place that the governments have collectively gotten together. And this has been going on for a long time. And it has no intention of stopping. So here's how they want it to work. They're trying to set us up into this new reset. And this new reset is just what you're seeing, a panic and a constant war. The movie Forever Purge, that Forever Purge is the Forever Purge they're talking about ain't people. The Forever Purge are the different variants they want to keep coming out with. When you watch the movie The Purge, it's another one called a Forever Purge. That's the variants. Understand this. These people do not have any authority over us. The authority they have over us, the authority that was given to us, they are criminals and they are liars. These people are purposely leading us to a terrible place and to the road of destruction.
Sure. Well, they have us in a church. They have us in a church, for sure. Science fiction, by the way, the assimilation thing, that's a real thing, dude. It's not fiction. Scientology, all of your Hollywood stars, have to join the Church of Scientology, which goes into the head, okay? So when they give us the sci-fis and the psy-op, what is Cyclops, right? And what's this eye in the middle of the head? And what is all this stuff with covering half of your face? Now I'm going to get even deeper. What is Phantom of the Opera with this thing haunting? Is it just some story about some bit? This is all connected. And art imitates life. And then your child is drawing and painting what? She's painting actually the pain. And she's making the demonic energy beautiful. because you have to go there. You have to show the first stages of our cancer, or whatever you want to call it. It's funny how it's called 4 stages of cancer, like some kind of a theater. So the patterns, whatever it is that we're doing, the arena, Athena, we entered this dome of mind control. We have to know our body parts. I mean, it's a new day, man. If we don't, we're going to be debunking again, debunking, and then boom, this thing happens. And oh my God, and now you're depressed because it happened. You didn't see it. It's in your face the whole time. Like the movie.
It's,
We don't.
no, it's,
we
yeah,
don't
it's
have
just
to-
like it's just like The Simpsons. I always tell people, people always say The Simpsons are predicting. They're not. They know
No.
these algorithms, they know these patterns, and they put it in a cartoon to show you.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They don't
and
predict
they
anything.
also- but it's also there's CIA and all of them.
Yeah.
Like they have
But it's collective.
all of these things.
It is.
Humanity. And we're gonna have some fun.
Let me do this.
Because-
Let me dance real quick. Let me dance real
Yes,
quick
yes.
because
That's
I
what I
was
said.
with this
I want us to do this
yeah,
live together.
Yeah.
because with this pattern. So what I did, I started looking at social media.
Dig it.
So,
Yes.
so Yahoo, right? The company Yahoo was established in 1994 in a place called Sunnyvale, California. If you go back 13 years in 1981 in Sunnyvale, California, they had the most fatal massacre there where the guy was going rampaging and he ended up killing 7 people in the rampage. So I went to Facebook. Right? So everybody kind of knows that Mark Zuckerberg, even though that's not his real name, he's actually one of the grandsons of the Rothschilds. That's not even his real name, you guys. But Facebook was established in Cambridge, Massachusetts, in Boston. So I went back 13 years. Yep. I went back 13 years, and guess what happened literally 1 block down the street?
What's that, my brother?
One of the biggest murders in the Asian town community in Boston. 13 years later, Facebook right down the street opens up. So
Guess what?
Street.
And
right
guess what?
down the street.
Right down the street. And understand that it can be regional, meaning that Denver got the weed from being just close to Columbine. You know, and if you go to Baltimore, so understand that is so specific. What you found is fantastic. BWI Airport, I'm sorry, Dallas Airport and Reagan National Airport, they say these airports are in Washington, but they're actually in Virginia. So just being regionally enough, so you got something that specific. So that is the algorithm. You got it. They can't, everything that's being done is being seen. We can pinpoint everybody and everything. Please continue on because
I got some more.
Man.
So I did Martin Luther King, right?
Right.
Martin Luther King, MLK. We know who that is. I had a dream, right?
I can dig it.
So he was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee, right at the hotel there on, I think it was called Lacrosse Street, if I remember correctly, Lacrosse Street. Literally a block down, 13 years later, guess what they opened up or reopened? It was called the Peabody Hotel, which is the most prominent, most expensive place that everybody goes to in Memphis, Tennessee. And that's what resurrected Memphis back to its social status in the United States.
Can I dance with you on Yahoo?
Absolutely.
This is what it means. A brute in human form.
Wow.
Okay. So who are we dealing with here? Yeah. That's interesting.
That's
So-
Nimrod.
Right. Okay. And they love that Babylonian, the Babylonian tower and all that stuff in the Bible, building, the master builders, the masturbators, porn culture, sex trafficking, porn. I mean, it all, XXX is 666.
Yeah.
That's our DNA. So they know us like they've been, you know what's funny? This is good. Because I'm trying to figure out why the hell we've been so goddamn confused and killing and doing dumb shit. And we even blow each other up.
Because they've been pushing us. So understand that
Yes.
Rittenhouse, understand that George Zimmerman, understand that Derek Chauvin, these people are told to do this. You are not going to get in trouble for these things.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna come back because we about to
Word.
get cut off, but we building. Yeah.
Well done.
Here
That
we
was
are.
fast. That was fast.
Man.
I got more.
I got more too. I was doing some.
I'm saying, yo, yo. You never told you, light skin ain't coming back, yo. I'm kidding. Light skin ain't coming back. Just know you gonna he trying to elder bar just
Just
leave.
like-
He trying to tickle the bar just.